All right, good afternoon, everyone. This is the
Oops. Thank you, Marka. Excuse me. Now we are live.
good afternoon, everyone. This is the Coastal Permit Administrator meeting for May 26, 2022. This is continued from this morning at 10 a.m. And we left off on item 3B, case number CDP 2021-0050. And this is for the Heritage House. Agent is Nguyen Coastal Planning and Biology. The request is a standard coastal development permit request to upgrade and install new septic system, which will include improvements to the collection system, installation of new treatment system, and installation of subsurface strip dispersal systems. And again, this item was continued to this afternoon to allow staff to analyze additional comments that have come in from the Coastal Commission, and also it was the CPA's understanding that the Coastal Commission had commented back to the applicant accepting revised language with regards to the noise conditions. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and ask staff to go ahead and provide me with a staff report presentation.
Okay, thank you. Mark Kleiser, Planner 2, planner for this project. As indicated, this project proposes upgrades to and installation of a new septic system at the Heritage House. An initial study was prepared pursuant to CEQA and found that there were potentially significant impacts to the environment. However, with mitigation incorporated, these impacts could be brought to less than significant levels. As such, a mitigated negative declaration was prepared. As conditioned, the project is consistent with the goals and policies of the local coastal program of the Mendocino County Coastal Zoning Code, with the exception of 20.496.020A1, which relates to the buffer widths from ESHAs. This is addressed in supplemental finding of the staff report, local coastal program item number 10 and finding number 8. On March 16th, the project was referred to various agencies for comment. Only one comment of concern was received, and that was from the Coastal Commission that arrived yesterday at 4 p.m. Those comments have been addressed now in memo number 2. Condition number 36 addresses these potential noise concerns. One comment was received. This concerns the leach field on APN 121-13013 and its proximity to a neighboring well. I believe that the applicant has an engineer on the line that can address this, but my understanding is the proposed septic, which is existing, is over 100 feet from the existing well on the neighboring parcel. After the staff report was posted, staff did have a conversation with the project agent, and several inconsistencies within the report were identified. Staff has corrected those and has provided revised findings and conditions that more adequately reflect the mitigations, and those are covered in memo number 2. It should be noted that the revisions made to the mitigation measures and conditions of approval in no way affect the environmental determination of the mitigated negative declaration. Likewise, the above noted revisions do not change the project's consistency with the goals and policies of the local coastal program. Finally, staff would like to add exterior noise limit standards for Mendocino County to the staff report as attachment BB. This is to address the concerns from the Coastal Commission. And with that, staff recommends approval of the project with adoption of a mitigated negative declaration.
Thank you very much. So at this time, I'd like to bring in the applicant's representative, Nguyen Coastal Planning. Amy, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Hi, this is Amy Nguyen with Nguyen Coastal Planning and Biology. I'm the agent for the applicant and the owner for the project. Thank you, CPA Gonzalez, and grateful to Mark Kleiser and admin staff for working nimbly through all of these refinements. We've reviewed memo number 2, and that adequately addresses all of our concerns, so we are happy with that. And I can speak to any further concerns. In particular, we did our project engineer did submit a comment to respond to the neighbor's concern about the existing leach field in proximity to their well. And as Mark Kleiser noted, the existing leach field should be 100 feet away from the existing field, but significantly, the existing leach field will be utilized as a backup field, and any effluent that would be coming from, or any wastewater rather, that would be coming from the system will be on a very periodic basis, because it would only be used in times of emergency, such as, you know, if the system downfield needs to go offline, and any wastewater that would be going into that leach field, which should be at least 100 feet away from the neighbor's well, that's been in the ground since at least the 80s, I believe. Anything that goes into that field will have been treated to a secondary level. So it should, one, not have any wastewater in it very often. And two, when there is wastewater in that leach field up top, it'll be much cleaner than what's currently going into the field. So I would posit that if there was anything, you know, if the field is not currently impacting the neighbor's well, it's certainly not going to impact it in the future. So we can address those concerns if anybody has any more questions. And again, we are grateful to staff and to you, CPA Gonzalez, for continuing this to this afternoon. All of our concerns have been addressed within the memo, and we're available for any additional comments. As noted earlier, Karina Chen, who is the project engineer, professional engineer and project manager from Sherwood Design Engineers, is on the line, as is, I believe, Dale Hempstead, who's the director of construction for Integrated Water Services. And they are available if you have any questions. I believe Jeff Green is also on the line, but may not be able to comment at this continued item, but I believe he's listening.
Well, thank you very much. I do have a question for staff. Since the conditions mitigations have been updated, can you point me to the appropriate findings in the memo that
Yes. So the findings that have been corrected and revised are: finding number 1 has been corrected to reflect the land use classification, which includes visitor accommodations. That's an star
Okay.
asterisk 5. And finding.
you have a finding related to the CEQA?
No, I apologize. A finding related to the CEQA addressing the changes to the mitigations and conditions of approval has not been made. That was noted in the memo. It can be added to the staff report as a finding. Is that what you're addressing?
Yeah, for the record, I'd like to have a clean record that has that in the memo. Or can you provide me the language?
I can read.
I just need to see it.
Very well.
I need to see what you've prepared.
This is
It's this one here.
the last paragraph is addressing.
Looking for that code section.
Yes, that's code section 150.
While you're looking that up, I'm going to go ahead and open up the public hearing. Is there anybody here that wishes to speak on this matter?
If you are here to speak on the matter, please use the raise hand feature. If you are calling in and would like to speak, it's *9 to raise your hand. We will allow you to speak. I see no hands raised.
You see no hands raised. All right. So at this point, I'm going to return it back to the CPA and ask if anybody on the applicant side wishes to add any final comments. Amy, does anybody on your team want to add any final comments?
I don't think so. Karina Chen and Dale Hempstead, are you on the line and do you have any comments that you want to add? Karina first.
No, I don't think so. You know, we think that this this wastewater treatment plant will be a benefit to the hotel, and it will overall improve the, you know, wastewater system there. And I don't think there's a reason why we shouldn't move forward and proceed.
Okay.
Thank you. Dale, are you there? Do you want to comment, Dale?
I'm not seeing anyone with that name listed. If you called in and would like to speak, please use the raise hand feature, *9.
Super. Dale is the contractor. He's the director of construction with Integrated Water Services. I asked him to participate just in case there were any questions. The last 4 digits of his number are 7499, but he may not need to comment.
He has raised his hand now.
Super.
If you unmute yourself by using *6, you should be able to speak. Again, if you'd like to speak, I have allowed you to speak, but your phone is muted. I believe it's *6 to unmute.
Result in what? In a reduction to
All right, we have
All
no
right,
comment.
No comment, all right. So with that, I'm gonna bring it back to the CPA, and after careful consideration of all the evidence provided, including the comments provided by the Coastal Commission, the negative declaration that has been prepared, the mitigated negative declaration that's been prepared, the supplemental staff memos revising the conditions of approval and the findings, as well as I'm going to go ahead and add one additional finding that basically says that pursuant to California Code of Regulations, section 15074.1, revisions to the mitigation measures and conditions of approval do not result in a reduction to significant effects that will impact the environment on this project. And based on that, I'm going to go ahead and approve the project, subject to the changes in conditions in Memo 1 and Memo 2, dated May 26, 22, and the finding that I just added, as well as the mitigated neg deck. Amy, thank you very much for your patience in working with staff, and again to your design team for bringing forth a workable project.
Thank you, CPA Gonzalez and Mark Kleiser and admin staff. Again, on behalf of Jeff Green, the Heritage House staff, the Heritage House guests, the design team, everyone, as well as everyone in my office, thank you very much. We're grateful to be able to move forward with this project. So thank you very much.
Thank you. Okay, so moving along. Where did I put my agenda? Here we are. So the next item is matters from staff. Do we have any matters from staff? Seeing none, I'll move on to item number 5, matters from the public. The Coastal Permit Administrator welcomes participation in meetings. This item is limited to matters under the jurisdiction of the CPA, which are not posted on the agenda and are not part of the agenda today, and which have already been considered by the Coastal Permit Administrator. No action will be taken. Do we have any matters from the public? Seeing none, I move to item number 6, which is adjournment, and the meeting is adjourned at 2:14 p.m. Thank you.
Thank you.
So your finding that Julie had explained needed to be in the memo.
Yeah, I apologize.